What's up, everybody out there in YouTube land? Wrath2501 here. Alright, guys, time for the Warhammer part of Double Feature Friday. This is the other half of Kitten and Big D's primer on the supernatural and local folklore. Hunter, the parenting. Alright, so this is by Brava Alphabusa, the man, the myth, the legend. Alright, and I love his shit. I just wish GW hadn't been such dickheads and caused him to... I mean, they didn't attack him specifically because they never had a chance to, but he, because of the way they were being dicks to everyone who had anything Warhammer animated kind of out there, he basically called it into it, and their attempt at Warhammer animated is crashing and burning anyway. So, yeah, fuck him. Anyway, so he moved on to this thing, which is still Warhammer to me, because it's got all the characters. So, let's get started, and go. Got a long way to go still, as you can see.
We'll go with that one. Long ago, in the 15th century, a mysterious peg-legged woman was accused by the local clergy of witchcraft. While this was naturally a barbarous practice...
That shit was crazy!
While we know those accused of witchcraft were innocent, the Witch of East Summerston, for reasons we'll get into, was perhaps not. While proof of her deeds have been lost to the ages, stories abound of her sorcerous ways. And for this, she was seized
thought to think that might be bullshit too?
beneath St. Mary's Church in the little village of East Summerton.
Damn, that's dark.
However, unfortunately for the church, this would prove to be their last mistake, for a witch's ire is rarely spurned. When the ground was cleared for her burial, she only laughed as the dirt covered her shackled body. Laughed and laughed as she was entombed within the soil. She could be heard no more. The priests and congregated hunters celebrated their victory.
I'm sure they did.
Her peg leg was seen, jutting out of the ground. First a
The
mere
foot.
shaft of wood.
Pause.
Then a sprouting log. And then a great and mighty oak tree, which shattered the church and turned it to ruins. The husk of her victory can still be seen today. And it's still thought, should you be foolish enough, that you might wake her yet with the utterance of her true name.
Got him!
Got him.
She got him!
She got him, yeah.
I suppose she did.
Yes, she did.
Ah, classic!
You gonna expand on that?
Nope, also I think the story is fake.
Also, I think the story is fake.
Well, sir, I've taken you for many things, but never a skeptic.
Come on, it doesn't make any sense! I mean, why would the Christians bury this woman in the middle of their church? What, do they just dig up the floors in the middle of Mass, slap her in?
The story might not be entirely literal. They could have just buried her in the lower levels. I mean, the oak is there, that's a fact at least.
I still disagree.
Why?
Mainly because it contradicts me.
What?
At least you're honest.
Well, I will say, your fake story does have all the markings of a witch's dastardly death hex.
Assuming it isn't fake, of course.
Of course.
I admit I don't know much about death hexes or witches and the like.
I explain. Wizards and stuff, yeah?
Yeah.
They can die if you shoot them.
Okay.
This is always a bad idea. Please watch out. Alert, alert, alert,
Point
alert.
taken! Point taken!
The reason for this is the death curse. It's this thing
They
where...
curse you in death?
Correct. Usually to death. It doesn't happen every time you smite a witch or wizard, but often enough that it's very dangerous to attempt.
So what do you do with them?
So you mean to say if there's an evil wizard running around, we can't do anything about it?
Of course you can. Wizards are nerds. You can easily punch.
Oh.
They're
But to be
nerds.
safe, make sure you aren't seen.
Oh, they
Or
don't know.
Or known to them at all before killing them instantly, or else your brain will be turned into a cornered cob, and this is a
Cornered cob.
Oh, well, as scary as killing one is, at least they're not so hard otherwise.
Oh, actually, they can warp reality with their wheels and brains.
What?
Yeah,
What?
infinite power to alter creation.
Oh. Man, and I thought Kevin was bad.
The great and mighty Kevin was formidable. But indeed, were he a true
Sniper.
magi, I doubt could have survived your encounter.
Our encounter? What about you?
Oh, I'd have been fine.
I admire your optimism, but I remember you barely, surviving Kevin.
Yeah, I think your brain might be wrong.
How would it be any different if Kevin were more powerful?
Really, son-in-law? Do you honestly think your old man would dive headlong into the cave without a few tricks up his sleeve?
Do you want the honest answer?
No! Now be a good boy and add
No.
more garlic powder.
Sure thing, Sir D.
More!
Sure thing.
For more!
Sure thing, Sir D.
Now tell me something else!
What?
Tell me about something else.
Well, there's always our most classic tale. The mysterious red-eyed dog of East Anglia, Black Shuck.
The Black Shuck.
You
Heard
have
that story
my
before.
incredibly variable attention.
Incredibly
Black
variable
Shuck
attention.
is a mysterious creature. Tales of its appearances date back to at least the 1500s, but probably stretch even further. Stories of a pitch-black hound with dreadful red eyes whose glow portends calamity and misery.
That goes all over
Similar
Europe.
to a
doesn't it?
banshee, then,
I suppose so, but banshees are more direct. The howl of a banshee is meant to reflect an imminent demise and is thought to be a spirit of the dead or some kind of fae or something.
Something.
Shuck is different. For instance, in 1577, Shuck was said to have appeared before a large...
That's not its name, dude. It's what it's
Holy
called.
Trinity Church. Shattering through the doors in a clap of thunder, Shuck's appearance befuddled and terrified the congregation. Pitilessly, Shuck strode to the nave, ripping a man and child to shreds where they stood.
Damn.
The crowd stood agape before the steeple of the church collapsed down upon them all.
How curious. Now this is an exciting story.
Oh, well, it gets even better. That very same night, there was a reported sighting in St. Mary's Church. A different St. Mary's, one in Bungay. Black Shuck again interrupted a congregation, this time in a burst of flame. He launched through the crowd, inciting panic and delirium before brushing against two curious individuals in the midst of prayer.
Ooh, the anticipation is killing me.
Before those same two suddenly fell dead like marionettes with broken strings.
Yes, yes, yes! My boy,
Look at his
I
face.
am going to kick this dog! Oh, son-in-law, surely you see, this little hellhound is causing a commotion, a ruckus, killing people, eating souls, probably barking.
Probably
which means it's a
barking.
victimless crime to experiment on him.
Oh my god.
D, but this all happened in the 1500s.
Time means nothing. There is not a statute of limitations on being a goblin.
True.
He's a dog.
Yes, whatever that is.
Well, I suppose there are modern sightings, though they're far less dramatic.
Ooh.
Yeah, usually people getting spooked and being like, "Oh no, mate, that's Black Shuck, innit?" And it is, and yeah, that's the story there. It's kind of lame.
It's kind of lame.
Propaganda.
What?
It sounds like propaganda.
Kind of does,
Perhaps
actually.
there is a network of these dogs.
What?
A network of dogs running a joint venture to keep the common man quiet about dog crime. and
Dog crime.
poker.
Dog poker.
And the only dogs I know to do crime are the werewolves.
What? Oh. Wait, hang on. You know about werewolves?
My boy, if there is a supernatural pest on this planet, you can assume I have bested it at least once. Remind me to tell you about my mummy adventure sometime.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
Second-hand, don't you, British?
Okay, I know the English government has a history of plunder and thievery, but the British Museum can't steal your funny mummy moment.
Presume nothing. Also,
Funny
burn
mummy
your
moments. I
national
like that.
insurance
Funny mummy
papers.
moments.
Why?
The power of true names run eternal, even in Meshtian code. So, evil dog.
This is a lot to pack in, and you've barely even given me werewolf facts.
Werewolves, that's right. Well, randomly attacking churchgoers certainly fits their MO, or at least in the period.
Wait, really?
Oh, yeah. For much of their history, werewolves have been insane neo-pagan theocrat berserkers.
You say much of their history. What about now?
These days, they're more like insane neo-pagan theocrat berserkers.
Natch.
But some of them go on the computer. And in my experience, those ones are typically far better adjusted. Which is ironic, considering the computer is the devil.
Who'd have thunk it?
I'd have thunk it. But then that's cheating, because I already knew. But there are things that line up and don't line up about Black Shuck as a werewolf.
Do tell.
For one, the more recent sightings tend to be rather uneventful, correct?
Mostly. A lot of people just seeing him, maybe something unlucky happens afterwards. Links to disappearances from time to time, but nothing so dramatic as murders in the middle of mass.
It could be that this werewolf, or possibly werewolves, has simply learned how to better cover their tracks. In the 1500s, outright attacks on religious, scientific, and mystic organizations were more common. It's common. These days, you need to keep a low profile to survive.
True.
But there's also the matter of modern sightings. Their banality aligns with a werewolf phenomenon known as the Delirium.
Charming name.
And despite how boring these modern sightings are, an apt one, this delirium is a side effect of the shape-shifting process. Essentially, when a werewolf enters their mighty war form, human beings tend to panic.
Yeah, no
I
shit.
suppose I might panic too if a giant monster jumped out at me.
And we'll work together to break this bad habit, son-in-law. But that's not what I meant.
You don't panic, you stab it.
A supernatural panic. Supposedly, there's some resonance in the psyche of mankind with werewolves. This primordial hunter, blah, blah, blah. That's true, anyway.
Oh yeah,
But nevertheless, when a
ancient
mortal
instincts
witnesses
and
a
shit.
werewolf's war form, they tend to go briefly mad.
Mad how exactly?
Mad
Well,
cow.
they might run away, or freeze up, or attack with insane vigor. Often their reaction depends on the strength of one's will.
So the average person flees?
And usually with no recollection of events. Worse still, it's almost impossible for normal humans to avoid, even in part. One must be either extremely strong-willed or supernatural themselves to avoid delirium completely.
I like this.
Ever
That was
suffered the delirium, sir?
Oh no, I'm built different. But those without these bulging brain muscles are in for a
Bulging brain
world
muscles,
of
yeah.
hurt.
You mean your
I
brain the
train
size
you and
of
the
a
others for
peach
precisely
pit.
this reason. Discipline, determination. Oh my god, I'm losing my chance for a 3D alliteration. Oh god, help me. Destrucity. That's the word.
Last
fuck?
word's a bit of a stretch, mate.
Ah! Ow! These are the things I instill within you with my relentless chicanery.
Is that why you ruined Marcus's 12th birthday by dressing as the Goblin?
Not so fucking loosely.
Okay,
That's a dick move.
that was really traumatic to him.
Exactly.
In RS, he exclusively levels his combat stats killing goblins.
Then the student has become the master. I'm so proud. Anyway.
He's always a goblin
Hey,
slayer.
Don't fight a werewolf, by the way.
Yeah, I heard they're tough. But with how well we did in the tunnels against those vampires, I'm confident that...
No,
What?
No.
you aren't ready to fight a werewolf, son-in-law. Not yet. The fledglings we fought were fearsome, yes, but a werewolf... Listen well.
Different
Werewolves
animal.
are killing machines. They are supernatural soldiers fighting a war we barely understand.
Wow.
Don't fight them.
I'll take your warning to heart, sir. But
You got serious there.
what if we're forced to?
Their weakness is silver, due to their combat with the moon. Silver bullets, silver knives, use them. Focus
Silver
on
club.
Evasion and trickery. When they're at their most dangerous, they're at their most feral. Blind them, distract them. Trust your wits, not your fists.
Right.
Wow, it's
I
cool.
understand.
You know it's serious when he's getting serious.
Because it's omelet time!
Shit, I forgot the omelette! It's burning!
Fear not! It's just the way I like it. Here we go, and now the sauce.
Is it supposed to smell more like egg than eggs do?
Yep.
Wait, what?
Why are you putting it in the blender?
Oh, to blend it. Yes, Big D's home-style omelet, aka sulfuric acid.
You're not eating that,
What?
right?
Silly boy. I would probably die or throw up. No, this is for our illustrious guest, the great and mighty Kevin!
Ah, I understand. There
Ah.
are way easier ways to make acid. I understand nothing.
It's the principle of the thing! Besides, Kevin is a vampire. They can't eat food. By mixing the acid with food, it makes it even more unpleasant.
Oh.
Is that gonna kill him?
I mean, well, I don't, yeah, I don't know, but
I don't know.
Ideally, it would. This is just for torture purposes.
Somehow that's even worse.
Relax, it's actually very funny and moral. And besides,
It's very
the
funny.
threat of torture that's the most important. That old Tremere will crack like an egg before I have to use this stuff. Mark my words.
Tremere?
Yes, that is the name of one of the vampire clans. Everyone hates them and wants them to die.
Do go on, Sir D.
Well,
What's the civil structure like? Are they bloodlines,
I should-
families, impersonal syndicates? Do they confer abilities? What are their secrets? Are there any Norfolk clans? What are the other ones? What's an antediluvian within this context? Why does Piotr hate them?
Son-in-law! I have two cruel
Damn.
truths to impart upon you.
Okay.
The first is, you will need to buy a new blender.
No.
The second, vampire lore is, tricky. More than any other supernatural creature, vampires despise being unveiled. They relentlessly hunt any breach of their vaunted secrecy with organized and military precision. As such, though I know much, I speak little of it, and sadly share even less.
Oh, of course, but surely you can trust your own family.
Trust has little to do with it. Say I
Risk.
share all that I know. Indeed, to truly destroy this foe, we must understand it. But if I do so carelessly, notice how the conversation started. I carelessly said the word Tremere.
Yes?
If we were in public, in a restaurant, or on the street when I had said that, we would very well have to move.
Oh, that's a tad extreme.
And
No.
it is necessary. The masquerade, they call it. To wear the mask of a human. To blend in with us. To convince us their existence is but a fairy tale. Any breach in this masquerade...
Missed the section
is a
of
threat
dialogue
to
there.
their very existence. For even though they are individually more powerful, they fear mankind more than anything else. They are few, and we are many.
Good point.
Should wider society discover their existence, man might well eradicate them.
No, they
While
probably just become a
especially
minority and
mighty
get
vampires could
sponsored
slay
by the
100
NAACP.
mortals, there is a limit to their strength. Few break easily, but all break. And that is not to speak of their most hated enemy, the sun. Its ancient rays scorch even the eldest of their kind to chalked bone. Vampires cannot be rid of their great adversaries, for the sun is beyond their reckoning and humanity vital to their survival. Thus, most work to preserve their masquerade, hiding in the dark, carefully balanced upon webs of intrigue and murder. To further this end, vampires have many agents. Ghouls, they call
Oh.
them. Mortals grown addicted to vampiric blood. These huff men gain a whisper of their master's
Renfields.
power in
Renfields.
exchange for fanatical servitude. Unlike their masters, the ghouls need not slumber by day. Their eyes are everywhere, and they watch vigilantly for the slightest breach of undead omerta. This is why we hunters are responsible for the vampire threat. We learn as much of the vampire as we can and spread it safely to ensure these parasites become the forgotten myths they pretend to be. Even
Damn.
this is a treacherous task.
It's cool how
But we
serious
cannot
he is
know
in
which
this.
parts of our collected vampiric lore are mistaken assumption, the earnest truth, or malignant propaganda.
I see.
So rest assured, I will teach you what I know, but slowly. They might not blood hunt you for knowing a word or two, but they certainly will if you know their meaning.
And what is a blood hunt?
They'll kill you for knowing what that is too. Which is dumb, because it's kind of just what it sounds like. Every vampire in the region hunting you for your blood.
Hard to figure out.
Breach not our veil of secrecy. Facts.
Still, it'd be nice to know what we're dealing
He's
with.
friggin' dunking on him, man.
Piotr flashed in and out of visibility on the security cameras, and I swear that Ape Boy gets uglier every time I see him.
Ape Boy was the Marcus of the group, right?
Absolutely.
Fuck him.
Oh, yeah, fuck him.
But yes, your questions are valid. Let me say this then. Piotr, that Sludge Lad?
Not the right term, is it?
Oh no, but that clan are vampire info brokers, so it's one of the scariest ones to actually know. Sludge Lad is just fine for now. We're going with Sludge Lad. Primarily, they are known for 4 things. First, their ability to turn invisible. Some can even use vampiric magics to alter their appearance, appearing as something they're not. Second, their ability to control animals. Sludge Lads are known to use legions of vermin as their eyes and ears. After all, who better to eavesdrop than the rats in your wall? All the worse when they're ghouled by their undead masters and gain a smattering of their vampiric magics.
That explains your intense pest control methods.
Listen, I raised Dor on a steady diet of home-hunted spy rats, and look at him! He came out American! Isn't it awful?
And so
Came out American.
Thing 3 is that they're ugly.
They're ugly.
But ugly.
Yeah, but ugly.
Don't pity them. Honestly, some of them make it work.
Some of them make it work? What the fuck?
When he called me Loverboy, when I said he looked hideous, did Piotr think I was hitting on him?
I can't say for sure, but also, yes, definitely that was the case.
I can't for sure, but yes, definitely.
Fear not! I will not inform my son about your tryst with the sewer child.
Your tryst?
Oh, the 4th thing. They're super strong and can juggle dumpsters.
Juggle dumpsters.
Oh no! We have him in a tiny cage. Is that going to hold?
Well, if he hasn't broken out, did Dor make the cage?
Maybe?
If he did, no worries.
Yeah, if you did, don't worry about it.
Why didn't he?
That's true.
Well, the lad could be biding his time. Or he figures he can't break through the big vault that is our cellar, so he's waiting for his chance to escape. Or he could just not be very strong.
Oh. I see.
Because he's a complete nerd.
Or, well, I mean, Marcus insists his kick was pretty alright.
Oh, vampires are capable of some superhuman physical feats. But he probably couldn't throw a car or whatever, drained as he is.
Good thing we stabbed them bloody, then. It seems like a pretty big weakness if their strength is beholden to their amount of blood.
Yes, being a vampire is a fine deal. Until you notice the many caveats. For instance,
Nice.
their strength is weakened with every generation. With each new passing of the supernatural disease that is vampirism, the power within the blood of each new child lessens. Additionally, the vampire's unique magics are like any other mundane skill. Some come intuitively, others start at different levels of expertise, but all must have time and effort put into them. It could be that Piotr has simply not mastered the vampiric art of potence, or has only honed it to a slight age.
It'd account for his performance
He's
back
a
in the
loser.
tunnels, I suppose. He seemed like he'd be tougher than he was.
His kind are sometimes brawlers, but Piotr himself,
Sometimes.
he seems like an opportunist to the core. A straight-up fight seems out of his element. The real danger comes from which of his other skills he's applied himself to.
So, invisibility or animal control?
Him being able to disappear, even on camera, tells me his specialty might actually be invisibility. Not everyone is capable of that little hat trick. Or ugly.
Yeah,
Or
he's
ugly.
really honed that into an art.
I've seen ugly.
Fair enough.
In
Bird.
Harrisboro.
Sure.
When are they going to
Sure.
off the map? Now then! This has been a delightful conversation about essentially everything in the world. I must now go pour terrible slime down Kevin's gaping maw. But before that, be very cautious during tonight's interrogation. I'm sure everything will go well. Just remember, even a feeble opportunist like Piotr can be the death of you.
Duly noted. Underestimating any supernatural quarry is a very bad idea.
Exactly. My performance in the caves is evidence of that. I am the most experienced and skilled hunter of this family. Yet, when I let my guard down, an inferior foe holds me at knife point. This is something you must truly understand.
Hunting isn't as simple as a video game or an action movie, huh?
I am not a video gamer, so this absurd language doesn't touch me. Commando, however, is an excellent piece of cinema, so I'll say yes.
Yes, it is. I love Commando.
Say, what was up with those tunnels anyway?
I will tell you when you're older, by a few days at least.
By a few days at
This
least.
question.
Aww.
I guess I should probably get a move on myself. Breakfast cancelled. I've got to buy a new blender, it seems.
It does indeed seem that way, child. Want me to drive you?
I'm fine. I'll take the runabout. Less gas spent, you know?
Ah, yes, money and all that.
Yes.
Well,
Insane gas
unfortunate
prices.
on the road. Fare thee well.
Farewell I shall.
And son, know that I am very proud of you
Aww.
and your blender.
And your blender.
Ta-ta!
Adios!
We are in Mexico today!
We are Mexico.
Damn the bloody bones.
What the hell am I listening to? I hear him like muttering and stuff like that. Damnation
You
stuff.
have listened to an audio drama by Ogre Poppingham,
Okay.
with voice work by Thunder Psyker as Kitten, and Speaker D as Big D.
As Big D.
Artwork by Ironiroko. Soundtrack by Macker. Sound composition by Alpha Busa. Mixing by String Storm. Animation by Alpha Busa. With lead
That was
writers
Alpha Busa.
Speaker D and Alpha Busa. And script editing by Erndil and Oculus Imperia. Special thanks to Blessed for shitting. Portions
What?
of the
What?
materials are the copyrights and trademarks of Paradox Interactive AB and are used with permission. All rights reserved. For more information, please visit worldofdarkness.com.
Okay, so that's what it's based off
Visit patreon.com/alphabuza for updates every other week.
of. Every
Thank
other
you for
week?
listening.
I want weekly
Good
updates.
evening.
Oh, there's something there at the very, very end.
Ah!
What the fuck was that? What the hell was that? Okay, well, that was the whole thing of Kitten and Big D's primer on the supernatural and local folklore. Okay, well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I did. That was pretty cool. It was really cool when he starts getting serious, you know, how he shows real concern. I like that. That's some good writing there. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like this video, subscribe, share on social media, and help this channel grow, guys. Definitely click on the link to the original down in the description. Get down to Brother Alpha Busa's channel. Like the original, sub to him over there. I will see you guys next time. Tune in every day for new content. Bye-bye.